Hi, everyone. We are on our 23rd day of our 40 Days of Hope, and we're going to talk about hope and for our children. There's a lot of things to think about. As I put on basic comment, that our children matter a lot, and the children around us matter a lot. When it comes to thinking about children, we have lots of children in our community. And we also have our family members that are children too. Not everybody has children, like young family members, because some people don't have children, and that causes their parents to not have grandchildren. But the children in our community matter very much, and what we do impacts them. When it comes to the children of our community that we can think about, examples would be our young neighbors, children in Sunday school, children in the children's ministry. Through church, there's many options on how children ministry can be presented. And there's the students at school from kindergarten to grade 7. And there's the kid club activities, which in the Bowmanville area, the Bowmanville and Oshawa area, they have a boys and girls club. And in Toronto, I'm sure there's tons of kids programs. The kids in our families would be like our sons and daughters, nieces, nephews, cousins, brothers and sisters. Grandchildren, if your children have children. Now, the other topic, when it comes to thinking of our children and hope for our children, the truth is essential, and the Bible is very helpful for all children around us, whether they are our own or our neighbor's children. The other things I'd like to mention is thinking of what gifts to bring. Sometimes you might see something on that is interesting, and you wonder if you'd like to pick it up. But it could have a potential for a child in our life. So this is one of the reasons why leaving certain things can cause regrets. The other thing I'd like to talk about is kids' health. Kids' health is also important. So, as well as truth is important in the Bible, but their health is important because it affects how they grow and it affects their abilities. So, it is nice to give children opportunities, like giving them a chance to rake your lawn or shovel your driveway. Rake your lawn in the fall or shovel your driveway in the winter. It is also nice to invite children over to your house if their parents are okay with it. That's if you're a neighbor. And rules in the city might be different than rules in the town, but it is nice to invite them over, entertain them, give them things that they could do, give them learning opportunities. And as I'm mentioning about what to do for kids and what to give to kids, the Women's Project and Education Plan has thought about ways to provide for children because many women are mothers. Since there are a lot of mothers in need for access and support, lots of mothers need counseling, lots of mothers need psychological therapy to overcome traumas that they may have experienced in the past or recently, that there should be a place where mothers can stay as well as their children. The Women's Project and Education is not just for mothers, but we're talking about children because a lot of women are mothers. And there are a lot of mothers who have stories that are different than other mothers. So we can think about that. As I thought about how to provide, I thought about Kids Jam, which is a children's ministry for children who are between 6 to 8 years, but the Kids Jam can go up to 12 years of age because it's a school age. But the reason why I'm saying 6 to 8 is because some children who are 9 and older have been sexually abused, and they have mental health problems, and they may not behave very well. So that's where there would be boys clubs at certain days and girls clubs at certain days for kids between 9 to 12 if needed. But 9, 10, 11, and 12-year-olds are welcome into Kids Jam. Now for Kinder Jam, which is the 3 to 5-year-olds, which is cute, and I've been thinking about it a lot for several weeks. As much as the kindergartens are cute, there's always questions like how many are going to be there, how many volunteers are available, is the plan worth it? Will Kinder Jam start with kindergartens who have mothers who need to stay in the project center, or is Kinder Jam going to start with just some people at a church gathering thinking that it'd be a really great idea to have a program for kindergartens? According to my notes, I have listed a plan on how the Kinder Jam is to occur. The plan is that they come in after school, they arrive and they socialize a bit, and then they have a healthy snack, which includes a smoothie and fruits, vegetables, cheese, crackers, and possibly chicken nuggets, which the chicken nuggets could come from either McDonald's or Burger King. But that depends on if we have time for chicken nuggets. And chicken nuggets is more of the treat, but it is a meat product, so That is something to think about. And also, our Kinder Jam would take it very seriously if anybody has an allergy, and the allergy would be written, and the allergy would be on the notice board. The allergy would be on the notice board to inform everyone that the child is allergic to something, whether it's allergic to peanuts and allergic to dairy. Just in case peanut allergies could occur, Kinder Jam has to be peanut free. So that means that they cannot get fries from Five Guys, and if we treat the kindergartens to something and there's fries, we have to ask the restaurant what type of cooking oil are they using for the fries. Is it canola or peanut? We cannot have the kids have fries with peanut oil in Kinder Jam. So we take this very seriously. My wall doesn't look serious because this is my bedroom and my house is still a mess. But otherwise, we have a plan, and hopefully the house will be better cleaned up eventually. So the plan: healthy snacks, peanut free. If anybody's allergic to dairy, it would be informed. So if they're allergic to cow's milk, their smoothies would have soy milk or almond milk or coconut milk, depending on. But if there's anybody allergic to nuts, then the kids allergic to cow's milk would have to have soy milk. And as refer to with smoothies, there is going to be two options. The kids can choose if they want a chocolate smoothie or a strawberry smoothie. The chocolate smoothie would have banana if nobody's allergic to bananas. And they would get a frozen, like a brick of frozen yogurt, frozen vanilla yogurt in the chocolate milk in the smoothie machine. But I want to keep going on and on about the food. So before we get any more distracted, so the main points is healthy snacks, peanut free, and allergies taken seriously. The other thing that would happen after they have snacks would they be singing a song, singing some songs. And they could choose 2 or 3 songs at during the time. And if they're learning a song and they have any questions, it might only be playing the same song more than once. But that depends on where they're at mentally. Now, when it comes to kindergartens, there is, like, a lot of them are neurotypical. Neurotypical kids learn at their own age. And kids that develop at a normal rate for their age, when they watch a video or hear some songs, they can pick up on, for kindergartens, they can pick up on the songs, and the day of, they may be learning the words. The next time they come back with the same songs, they pick up on a few more of the words through the song. Within a few months, depending on, when I say a few months, if it's only on weekly that they come, it may take a few months for them to fully interpret a particular song. But like the songs on the list. As for if they come more often, neurotypical kindergartens will understand the songs within like 3 weeks if they come to Kinder Jam 2 or 3 times a week. But it depends on how often they come. It depends on how many kids there would be and how often parents have time. And then we also have to think about money and rent of space. So there are many things to think about. If it's a smaller amount, it can be at each other's houses instead of at the church or at a rented space. But if Kinder Jam works, there's rules to think about. They need to learn the rules from day one. All children should be learning rules, period. And as for the singing, after singing, there would be an icebreaker. The icebreaker is pretty much asking the kids what they learned from the songs and ask them questions about themselves. Hopefully, that they have answers that might relate to the Bible story that they have to learn about. And after their Bible story, they get to do pretty much like Sunday school related activity sheets, but they can choose between a practice activity, which would be maybe a puzzle or some stickers. They could have a coloring page, or they could do a craft, or they could play a game. And after they do their craft and game, then their parents pick them up. The Kinder Jam itinerary says that it should be about an hour, but it can be between 1 to 2 hours. But we'll talk more about it when the real thing comes up. Another thing to think about when it comes to Kinder Jam is the special activity days like swimming, skating, hikes, trampoline, movies, and paint nights. Those activity days are going to be fun, but the parents have to know about the activity day before the activity day actually happens, and they have to register, and they have to register on a permission sheet that they give their child permission to participate in the activity during this activity day. And then after the consent sheets are written and the activity day is put together, then the kids can enjoy the particular activity day or activity night, depending on what it is. And the other thing is field trips. Field trips are very tacky when it comes to childcare because there are a lot of things you have to think about. So if you go on a hike with a group of kids, we need to talk to the kids about safety and the rules. If you go to a place like Science North, then the kids would have to be told to stick together. And they have to stick together when they're on the floor, and they have to meet up with each other before they go to the next floor in the museum. If they go to the library, that shouldn't be too hard because the kids could all gather together in the children's book area and they can have a story. But I don't think that would be all that necessary for the Kinder Jam because we would bring books there anyway. But any other examples of field trips? If they go to the farm, then the rules would be to stay on the tractor. And if they get off the tractor, when it's time for them to get off the tractor, they need to hold hands. Another field trip is field trips to the park. That means they need to be reminded not to talk to strangers and not to take candy from strangers. And they need to ask before they get into something. They need to they have to learn boundaries when they're at the park, and they need to be supervised. So this is when it comes to kindergartens. But even with all these things, there is hope with our children, and also hope with the Kinder Jam that we could bring children up early. We can bring them up in the Lord, and we can bring them up to learn all the things that children have to learn, which can help them learn to become ready for school. And if the Kinder Jam program works out and we keep working together with teaching the kids the right things that they need to learn, this can hopefully prepare them through elementary school and help them develop good character by the time they go into grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and so on. Our children are brought up with system and influence where our children will grow up to experience many things. And we can choose how we're going to put it together and how it is to be put together. We can choose how we'll shape the lives of our children. Our children will look up to us. Our children will eventually remember what we do for them. So whether they'd be in kindergarten or grade 1, that we can think about what we do for them and how we take care of them. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comments. Thank you very much.